Insomniac did our gappers a major solid and hooked 8 of them up with a death match here at Resistance Fall of Man. They're going to be playing right now. It's the first time we're ever going to see this, so suck it up and watch it. Kill each other! How are you going to win this game, man?
Hopefully, I will try not to die so much.
Yeah, that might help. You were born for this.
Nice!
This is your destiny.
I want it!
And you just died.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Aaron.
Yes.
Last Gap Standing winning team E3 2006 award.
It's so wonderful. It's okay. We'll be together forever.
So I'm going to take your PSP and I'm going to go check out the bus and the train and the plane. Do you mind?
Not at all. As long as they bring it back, that's.
I promise, bro. Okay. All right. Well, thanks. We'll see you a little bit later.
All righty.
Sucker. Bus is a little late. I guess it's good I got Rob's PSP here. I can play Tekken Dark Resurrection. I can play Loco Roco. I can play ATV Off-Road Fury Pro. Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. All right, so this is Tekken. It's a serious fighter. Do you like it?
I'm surprised that they were able to get like the arcade graphics to look as good on PSP.
So you're playing Loco Roco. How do you like it?
It's pretty neat. Actually, it's a cool visual style. It looks a lot like Lemmings, but kind of wacky like Katamari Damacy.
Okay, well, I'm sitting here on the A train with my friend John, and I'm thinking about all the games that I could play on the train, like Dungeon Siege, Throne of Agony, Gangs of London, and 50 Cent Bulletproof. What brings you here today?
I don't have a very good English. I'm French.
Me either. I speak terrible English. Parce que je travaille ici avec PlayStation Underground. I think Jean has just proved that the PSP is universal. Anyone, even the French, can play. What are you playing there, buddy?
Gangs of London is a new PSP game where you have to take over London.
Oh, hi! You know, here I am flying the skies, and I'm thinking about the cool games that I want to play. And when I fly, I think about Blade Dancer, Lineage of Light. I love Bomberman. I'm a big fan of Lemmings, but Ace Combat, I think, is probably my favorite game. You're playing Lemmings. Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. I like it a lot.
What do you like about it?
It's a simple but fun puzzle game. Like, there's many ways to do it, and that's fun.
You know, when I'm not hanging out in the dorm room with Hans, we're usually hanging out playing video games like Sonic Rivals,
Miami Vice,
Death Junior 2.
I was going to say that one.
Okay. Battlezone Engaged.
Death Junior 2.
Okay, tell me a little bit what you like about Miami Vice.
It's the gameplay, man. Here I am. I'm on my PSP, and I'm Don Johnson.
Oh, that's you?
That's me.
Make me Tubbs?
Tubbs. You're Tubbs.
Oh, Rob, what's up? Dude, I've been all over the place with your PSP. It is fantastic. So, I was thinking in the park, good games to be played would be like Luminous 2. What would be a good one for you?
SOCOM, Fireteam Bravo 2.
Sweet, and don't forget Metal Gear Solid graphic novel. You heard of that?
Oh yeah, looking forward to that one. Really looking forward to that.
Cannot wait. Say bye, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
Friends, you are sorely mistaken if you think all game journalists do is play games. Sometimes they have to sip complimentary cocktails and play games at the same time. Freshen your drink and check out this pre-show media-only peek at some of the PSP system's hottest upcoming titles.
We now have buggies, MX bikes, trucks. They'll also use the track editor and create their own tracks. We did introduce some new tricks. So there's a lot of research that goes on to actually give our users something that is fun but realistic at the same time.
We're definitely trying to go back and get to capture the style of the old games.
Well, we have a lot of the weapons coming back, a lot of the favorites from the other games. But we're also coming coming up with some new ones.
Ratchet and Clank are on Pokitaru, which people may remember from the first game, a resort planet. And they're on vacation when they get approached by this little girl named Luna. She's kidnapped, and Ratchet and Clank pursue her kidnappers. They discover that there's a much deeper plot going on and much more dangerous than they expected.
The idea of the gameplay is to jump into an area and start blasting away in order to clear out the mission. There's on-foot gameplay as well as driven gameplay. If you have a couple guys with you on every mission, you can send them into a room, they'll start blasting away. You can hot swap to any one of the other gang members.
As the planet, your job is to save the local by tilting the world left and right. It's not ultraviolet. It's a simple 2D image. It's so easy to control. I think the team did a fantastic job in coming up with unique designs for the environment. Every level you can finish between 5 and 10 minutes, which is actually the perfect span. Infectious is actually a really good term to describe it because it's cute and it's bubbly. When I play this game, like even after playing this same demo over and over and over, I mean, I still can go back to it and still enjoy it. And I haven't seen a game like that in recent years.
Seeking to return to its roots that established the Siphon Filter franchise as the game for global intrigue and espionage, Special Agent Gabe Logan has been sent on a new top-secret mission in Siphon Filter Dark Mirror for the PSP.
I've been working on the game since the very beginning. I started on Siphon Filter 1 and wrote the story for that, and have been with the franchise now for 8 years. And what we tried to do on Omega Strain was take the game in a different direction. Dark Mirror does return the franchise to its roots, which means you play as Gabe Logan. You're following the events of a story that unfolds as you play through the game. It's pretty exciting.
This time, we do it my way.
The innovative storyline is the hallmark of the Siphon Filter series, and this latest adventure allowed the designers to expand the mythology while tying up a few loose ends.
Well, Dark Mirror begins the way Gabe's stories usually begin. He's given the parameters of the assignment. In this case, there's been a terrorist attack on a refinery in Alaska.
CA Refinery LZ, 2 minutes.
What Gabe discovers while he's there is that this paramilitary group called Red Section is at the refinery, and they are attempting to destroy it, or at least it seems like it is. But then when Gabe goes through the missions, he discovers that they're actually searching for something. And it becomes pretty apparent that Kim Senth Refinery is not just a refinery.
Gabe, they were ready and waiting for us.
Yeah, they were waiting. But I guarantee they're not ready.
We started this project prototyping from the very beginning towards the PSP. What we wanted to do was bring over everything that we had developed for the PS2 and bring that same level of production quality onto the PSP. And so we spent a great amount of time figuring out exactly how can we do that, what can we do.
We had to deal with the issues of being on a handheld and what kinds of changes we would have to make the game to make it fun playing on that platform.
The high-tech nature of the PSP seems to borrow directly from the pages of the Siphon Filter world itself.
I'm still looking for the comm tower. I'll let you know.
In a unique departure, Dark Mirror isn't as run-and-gun as its predecessors, with stealth playing a pivotal role in a gamer's success.
All the animation in Dark Mirror has almost been redone from scratch. We decided to take a close look at all of Gabe's moves, and we really wanted to improve the way he performed key actions. So for example, Gabe now has a much more stealthy crouch walk. He hunches over more, he has his arms out for balance. Also, we had to have, a whole new set of animations for all the new mechanics that went into the game.
So one of the mechanics that we have introduced for this game is snap to wall. It's a pretty key feature. The NPC AI now is a lot more accurate, so it's much more important instead of just rushing into the battle, guns blazing, to actually take cover, choose your shot.
If you walk up to the wall, you just press and hold towards the wall and you'll automatically snap to it. You line up your shot, and then the minute you hit fire, you will peek out and fire. And as soon as you let go from actually peeking out, you'll snap right back into place.
A new AI system gives the bad guys an extra advantage when they're tracking you as their target.
With us letting the player snap to wall, we figured that The NPCs should be able to snap to wall as well. It makes them a lot smarter. They'll go and they'll hide, they'll peek out and they'll take fire at you. If you're hiding around a corner, they will continuously fire at the area that you're at, so you have to wait for a break in their fire for you to peek out to take them out. They will gang up on you. In some cases, a couple guys will, hang out and draw your fire while another one will try to come around your back.
Not only does Dark Mirror feature classic Siphon Filter weaponry, but this time around, you'll have the ability to attack multiple enemies at once using a variety of specialized darts to eliminate multiple targets.
For Dark Mirror, we've brought back a lot of your old favorite weapons, the M16, the M79 grenade launcher, all the favorite assault rifle sniper rifles that you've seen before. But one of the new weapons that we've got going for the game this time is what we call the MB150.
It's a sniper rifle that does 6mm armor-piercing rounds, as well as we've given him a whole slew of different darts. There's the explosive dart.
You can shoot it onto an enemy and then detonate it at will later. It's pretty fun to shoot one at a guy who knows he's been hit by it and then watch him squirm before you explode it.
Then we have the X-34 gas dart, which takes out enemies lethally but silently. And then we have the taser dart, which works pretty much like Gabe's taser, except it's extremely long range, and it's basically a one-shot. Tase a guy and then light on fire and drop.
Weaponry alone does not guarantee success, so a variety of gadgets has been created to give the player everything they need.
So one of the cool new gadgets that we have in Dark Mirror is the rapid traversal line. It's kind of like a zip line. It allows you to go from point A to point B, but it's in a horizontal direction, and you can go back and forth. You can go, you can stop, you can shoot your weapons while you're hanging in midair. You can drop off at any point.
We also have EDSU goggles, which picks up any magnetic device in the world.
If you're out of ammo or can't find your weapon, players can revert to their training for true hand-to-hand life-or-death combat.
So if you're within very close distance to an opponent, instead of wasting your ammo by shooting him, now you can cold cock him with your rifle, or maybe kick him from behind if he doesn't see you coming.
He will get back up, so you have to be careful. If you knock him down, it at least gives you time to shoot him while he's on the ground. There's one particular level where there's a guard that's starting to play a pinball machine, and you can actually walk up behind him and slam his head into the pinball machine. It does let everyone else know that something's going on, but they don't know exactly what's going on.
Damn, John, would you stop breaking everything in there? I'm trying to fix this damn TV.
Again, in another early chem synth level, you could sneak up behind a terrorist who's trying to do surveillance from the top of a catwalk, and if you come up behind him and you hit the melee button, you'll actually kick him in the back, and he goes flying all the way down to the ground to his death.
Siphon Filter Dark Mirror includes full-fledged ad hoc and infrastructure modes, bringing you the very best multiplayer action.
Siphon Filter Dark Mirror has 4 different types of online play. We have your basic deathmatch, which is everybody against everybody. We have team deathmatch, which is 2 teams against each other. We have a variant of that we call Rogue Agent.
Get the credentials to become the Rogue Agent. Once you're the Rogue, eliminate everyone.
By eliminating the Rogue Agent, he drops the credentials, then you can go pick them up, and now it's your turn to kill everyone else. And then the real focus for the multiplayer side for us this time is what we call our objective mode, where we pit 2 teams against each other where they're diametrically opposed, and the team that does the best job of completing their objectives and eliminating the other team will be the victor.
More secrets are revealed as the Siphon Filter world continues to expand with the addition of a new character.
One of the things we always try to do with the Siphon Filter storylines is make it personal as well as, focus on whatever the case might be. So the ongoing story between Gabe and Leon, for example, and now the complication that's added by a new character to the series.
Addison Hargrove.
Addison Hargrove, I think, is one of the most important new characters. This is the woman who Gabe had known 10 years previously at the agency, and they have a past together, so you're going to find out a lot more information about that during the game.
With its immersive single-player action, combined with heart-pounding online multiplayer gameplay, Siphon Filter Dark Mirror provides a captivating gaming experience worthy of the series' groundbreaking origins.
the winner of the scavenger hunt.
Can we have a drum roll, please?
Hey everybody, Diane Mizotta here with Steve Truitt, and you're about to witness a PlayStation Underground tradition.
Every year, SCEA treats its Winning Gap members to an awesome scavenger hunt. They're going to be looking for clues. They're going to be looking for games, glory, goodies.
These teams are not only going to need brains and brawn, they're going to need a complete and utter lack of modesty.
Which they have.
A willingness to get naked at
Which
any
they
time.
will.
So, that being said,
On your mark, get set, go!
How much tougher can we be than looking like a bunch of street thugs on a subway?
Which game are we talking about?
So we're going to find out who the winner is
Right now. And then
right
the
now.
winning team, don't forget, gets these wonderful medals.
The winner of the 2006 E3 Scavenger Hunt
Is the Silver Team! Has won!
One of the most famous icons, at least in his mind, of the video gaming world is finally getting his own game on the PSP system. And it's about time.
Okay, baby, I'll play along.
Ever since the first Jack and Daxter game, actually, people have been wanting to play Daxter and to play as Daxter. He's, in my mind, the best character in the series.
I mean, Daxter was this fantastic character, and he kind of had to ride around on Jack's shoulder for an awful long time. And now he sort of gets to take center stage.
Just give me the bug juice, Pops, and make it a double. I'll hose down every creepy crawly that moves.
Daxter is definitely a wiseacre. That was always kind of a contrast with Jack, who's more serious. Daxter's more crazy and fun-loving, and that's how the Daxter PSP is built.
It takes extra artistic effort to create a new and improved version of a familiar character, even if that character sees himself as pretty perfect already.
Everything with more than 2 legs start trembling, because the Daxtonator is in the building.
I wanted to bring in a little more flavor because we needed Daxter to be on his own, to look great on his own now that he's without Jack. For example, we added a fur on Daxter, which was one of the great things that actually brought, Daxter to a different level.
Daxter for PSP finds our intrepid hero on a search and rescue mission. After Jack was imprisoned at the end of the first installment of the Precursor trilogy, Daxter spent most of his time planning an escape for his heroic partner, mostly in bars. But now it's time to take action. Besides, he had to rescue him in time for Jack too.
Jack, hang on, buddy.
The story in that game is what happens in the last week or so of Daxter going to save Jack, which is the first thing we see in Jack 2.
Well, the first problem that Daxter has is he needs a job. He is out of money. He's not really a very focused individual in a lot of ways. So he ends up scoring a job as a bug exterminator.
As you follow Daxter on the job, some familiar and not so familiar faces pop up in all sorts of locations in this full-size platformer.
The characters in the Daxter PSP game are mostly new. So there's Osmo, who is Daxter's boss.
Your extermination company. Let me get right to brass tacks, young man. I need someone like you. Someone with your ingenuity.
That's me.
And there's Taryn, who's kind of his competition, but also his love interest, and you know how that goes.
And you're too scruffy to be a creeper. So, what's your game?
I could ask you the same. Sweet cheeks.
And also, a really fun character in the game is Simon, who's Osmo's son, who's a dude.
Thanks, dude.
Welcome, dude.
To develop Daxter, we actually used just as much resources as any PlayStation 2 title. The game in total has close to 20 levels. You get to go to places like the brewery, and all these places around the city that you didn't get to see in the Jack games. You basically get, you know, the story, the cutscenes, all the high-quality animation, the high production values, all in a handheld game and all in a smaller package, but without any compromises whatsoever.
As Daxter ventures and battles through this world, check out his cool new moves and even cooler weapons and combo attacks.
There are two things about Daxter that we really wanted to emphasize in how he moves and how you control him. We made sure that Daxter can get down on 4 feet and sneak past enemies, or he can climb walls on 4 feet. The second thing is Daxter's kind of crazy, and so the moves that he does have to have a certain amount of craziness to it. He gets really enthusiastic.
Lest Dax forget, the main mission is to save Jack, but it's so easy to get sidetracked. There are precursor orbs and skull gems to collect, secrets to discover, and levels to unlock. And at long last, Daxter rules the world. In his dreams.
We created some really challenging and neat mini-games based on the idea of Daxter taking a nap and dreaming that he's something fantastic.
Well, the dream levels was a chance for Daxter to fall asleep and become the hero he's never been.
I know Kung Fu.
As Daxter will tell you, small things come in great packages. No, it's great things come in small packages. Anyway, this is a great game for the PSP.
Daxter is really the first game on the PSP that gives you a full-blown action platform game experience on a handheld.
It was a huge undertaking. I think it was greater than we ever imagined it was going to be. It's been our whole life pretty much for 2 years with every guy in this place. Has poured everything he had into this game.
Daxter is going to be, you know, a really big milestone on PSP to show what the platform really can do, and I think it's going to surprise people.
And it's a blast. It's been a blast to develop a game for Daxter because he's such a fantastic character, and it'll be a blast to play it as well.
See you later. I mean, over and out. I mean, 10-4 or whatever.
Ever since Killzone collected a slew of awards at E3 2004, the hype machine has been dogging the guys from upstart studio Guerrilla Games wherever they go. Steve chatted with them about gaming in Amsterdam and their radical rethinking of the Killzone franchise for the PSP system.
So here we are with Steven Ter Heide. He is the Dutch master. What's the sense that you get when you play it?
It's great. I mean, from the multiplayer games we got going on in the office, you know, I have to whip the guys back into shape and say, okay, gut it out. We have to finish this game.
Next question is multiplayer mode.
Yeah, we'll have them. We got lots of multiplayer modes. We've got 6 maps. We've got things like deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, a whole host of modes. It's 1 to 6 players in ad hoc mode and in infrastructure mode.
Is it harder to play on the PSP than it was on the console with the first game?
We've worked really hard to get the controls really intuitive. Yes, it's different from the original, but people will get used to it really quickly.
Let's tell me about some of the weapons you got on hand.
We've got some great new exciting weapons like a crossbow with explosive arrows. We've got a flamethrower in there, a revolver. You can play around with sniper rifles. It's crazy stuff.
Just explain the differences in what players can expect.
I think we've done a good job in really translating that same feel that Killzone had to the PSP. All the environments are now a lot more dynamic, so we added wind effects into them, so you can see cables moving. So there's lots of excitement to be had.
When's the release time?
October 31st in the US, November 3rd in Europe.
Come with me to E3, to a world of pure imagination, where we'll see gaming's next generation.
A GAP member's journey to the most hallowed ground in gaming begins with an audition. National entrants submit videotapes. LA GAP hopefuls have to prove their gaming cred in person in front of the PlayStation tastemakers themselves. Check out these highlights.
My name is Jason Lee. IQ of 7,867. Shoe size is 9.
Did somebody say E3?
I'd like to see chicks like her in skimpy outfits.
Well, actually, this is my second wedding outfit.
As of today, I have 22,843 kills.
report
I want to hit on all the nerdy boys.
on all sorts
I am not a geek.
of brand new gaming information.
Why do you want me to be a representative? Because professionalism?
I bust out a lot of jokes. I will the best in the MC world. I'm here trying to promote the new PlayStation 3. PSP E3. Ah! Please, just send me to E3. Bring me there, and I will blow you away.
All and more is in store if you'd only pick me.